Hey everybody, I am Jer. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so I had somebody write me, Karim, I believe is how you pronounce your name. I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. He asked, first off, I am not able to find you on Twitter. Okay, it's at JER_JOHNS. The name is Jer John. So I don't have a stock Voyager Twitter. I probably should get one, but I just keep everything under my name. So Jer_Johns on Twitter. Any update on NVNO, NOVN, NMTR? So I looked at these. I'm not in them, obviously. And I've never even looked at them before. My thing about pharmaceutical companies, and each of these are pharmaceutical companies, is that they aren't anything until they are. And a lot of them have no revenue, and they are basically just trying to make it until like a clinical stage breaks through, they get results, and it's good or bad. If it's good, stock explodes. If it's bad, stock sinks like a rock. And it's like there's no in between with pharmaceuticals, and it's very volatile and scary. And yeah. But I will say this. I believe you can make money on any stock. So some of these stocks, these pharmaceutical companies, are great for trading throughout any day. Like you could just basically make money off of any stock, really, depending on volume, trading on any day. So buying low, sell at a high, bam, there's your money. So any stock that has a decent amount of volume, you could probably do that on. And a lot of pharmaceutical companies are penny stocks that are under $5 a share. And a lot of times they have high volume because that's what people are doing. They're trading back and forth. And until there's, like I said, you can get into a pharmaceutical, and until there's real news or something is about to happen, the stock doesn't really make any kind of major movements. And whenever, like I said, a pharmaceutical, you can be in it. I guess this is kind of any stock, but you can be in it and good news happens, like they get approved for whatever they've been working on, and the stock just like skyrockets really quickly, 100%, whatever. But with a pharmaceutical, if this news is bad, I have seen stocks lose 90% of their value in a day because they had bad news, because whatever it was they were working on didn't get approved. And basically they have to start over from square one a lot of times, unless they have multiple things going on and a revenue flow. They have to start over from square one, if they're even going to start over from square one. Sometimes they get the bad news and then they have no purpose. They're just done and they're just sitting there. Okay, so that's kind of my scary thing about pharmaceuticals. So unless I have a lot of information about a pharmaceutical company that gives me hope, I usually don't get into it. But again, you can also make money from shorting these stocks. And if you really believe that, okay, they're not going to have a breakthrough, they're going to actually probably not do well, borrow the stock at that higher rate, it drops off 80%, you made a ton of money shorting the stock. Like I said, you can make money from any stock on the stock market if you just play it right. Trading and swinging and shorting and buying options, but it's very risky, because especially with pharmaceuticals, because like I said, bad news for a pharmaceutical can be a 90% drop in a day. Whereas like bad news with some other companies that have revenue flow, constant revenue flow, you might see a 20% drop in a day, maybe 30%, usually at most like 50% if the news is really, really bad. So I try to, I'm very cautious about pharmaceutical companies. Okay, but we'll look at these and see what we can find. Let me pull this up here. Okay, so first one, NVNO NVNO, I'm guessing is how you pronounce it. Their day range was 685 to 728. I'm guessing this is from Friday, the 10th. Yes. Okay, so day range 685 to 728. Year range is 499 to 1768. Market cap is 68 million. Volume. This is low volume. 75,000. So you can see a lot of things happen on a low volume day like that. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay. 75,000. I don't know if that's going off of like volume this morning or volume for the whole day on Friday. Okay. Let's go down here. So this is the issue. Revenue, 0, nothing. Okay. Net income, they lost 2 million. So 20% less than, they're down 20%. Net change in cash, which means they probably did an offering of some sort or maybe got a loan. And then cash on hand is $57.90. So I'm guessing they probably at some point did an offering. Net income, $2 million for this quarter. Cash on hand, $41 million. Whoa, 2,000% up. Wow. Okay. 5,000% up. Okay. Okay. Net income, they lost 2 million. Why is this not showing revenue? Unless they just don't have revenue. Okay. Net income, they lost 4 million. Cash on hand, 9.3. Yeah, I'm guessing that at some point they did an offering or got a loan of some sort. Okay, so let's go their website. See what we can see on there. Okay. NVNO Medical setting new standards for venous care. Veins are responsible for moving nutrient poor blood back to the heart to be rejuvenated. Okay. In the leg. So this is veins in the leg. Cool. They're going to present at the Virtual Investor Roundtable event. When was this? November 16th. So I'm guessing they probably had some decent news then. Okay. Same thing we just saw. About management team. Clinical studies. Surgical anti-reflux venous valve and endoprosthesis. Okay. 75 patients, up to 20 sites across the U.S., 6 months. Safety endpoint is 30 days. Okay, this is showing where these patients are. Non-blinded, single-arm, multi-center study. So there's positive first in human results. That's great. This isn't telling me a whole lot. So there's not a lot going on with them. Let's look at, just a second here. Let's go ahead and look at SEC. Okay, NBB Okay, there they are. Let's look at what they have going on here. An amendment to amendment to Articles of Corporation bylaws. December 2nd. Acquired 200,000 shares. Was granted 200,000 shares restricted stock units on November 30th. Okay. The restricted stock units are subject to milestone-based vesting as follows: 50% upon SAVE, surgical anti-valve, okay, endpoints being achieved, and 50% upon pre-market approval of the NVNO valve. Okay, so they're getting, it's like incentive for getting this done. Stock options. Conversion or exercise price, $6.70. Okay, so strike price is $6.70. They have 349,000. They acquired. Date exercisable. The common stock options were issued to the reporting person on November 30th. The award is subject to time-based vesting and will vest in equal quarterly installments on the last day of each fiscal quarter during the 3 calendar years through 2024. Okay. Direct ownership. So basically, they're getting options to buy shares at $6.70. Let's look and see. Okay, so basically, that's kind of incentive to keep the stock above $6.70 then. So that's good. And it looked like, let's go back here again. Now, Jaff Laboratories, I think, recently changed its name to NVNO, which is, okay, so SVP, Chief Medical Officer, Chief Executive Officer. So 100,000 here, same thing. Granted 100,000 units pursuant to the issuers amended and restated 2016 Omnibus Incentive Plan. So basically, they're going to get 50% when it's approved, and then 50% upon the, or 50% at the endpoint being achieved, and 50% upon. So they are basically getting like 100,000 times like $7 is $700,000. Like if they can get this achieved, then they're going to make this much money, plus have the option to buy this amount of shares here at this price at $6.70. Cool. Okay. So this is all good. It's not like they're selling anything. This person's Chief Financial Officer, same thing, except for 50,000. So basically, they have an objective. If they can reach that objective, then they're going to get these shares. If they can't, they won't get this. So hopefully they can. So that's kind of good news for them. Let's go back here. Okay, so I'm not seeing any revenue yet, but this is kind of where the market cap is and what they're trading at. I think that gives them incentive to get this thing done. But I can't really give a price target on it because I don't know when this is going to be done. Like that's what makes therapeutic and pharmaceutical companies challenging for me, is because we don't really have a lot of information to give a price target, especially if there's no revenue. But that $6 is kind of a good base. That $6.70 is kind of a good base for entry. And then if they get this done, then great. I don't really know. Like like I said, looking at this, I don't have anything to go off of as far as revenue, and I don't know much about the company. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. You can make money off of it, but it's going to be trading, and I don't think until there's news, it's not going to shoot up. So you may be playing that hurry and wait game where you get in and just wait for it to do something. But realize that if there's bad news that comes back, that stock's going to drop off. Okay, let's do 9 meters biopharmacy, pharma, NMTR. Okay, previous close 93 cents, day range 90 cents to 94 cents, market cap $232 million. Compare that market cap to over here, and wow. Okay, so $232 million. No revenue. Net income lost $13 million. Cash on hand 56. Am I on the right thing? Yeah, 56 or 53.61. Cash on hand 64. They lost 8.26 million in that quarter. No revenue. No revenue for that quarter. Lost 5.43 million. Net. Okay, 38.5 million cash on hand. Same thing, no revenue. They lost 4.96 million. 37.85 million on hand. I can already tell there's a lot of shares. There's at least 232 million shares because of the price and the amount of the market cap. 9meters.com. Pioneering novel GI treatments with a one-tracked mine. Okay. Pipeline. So, looking at this, we're expecting a phase 3. That means they've made it through most of this so far. Preclinical, phase 1, phase 2. They're into phase 3. Should happen in 2022. Cool. So there's hope for this company, but I'm kind of wondering if that's not already priced in with them being at more than 200 million market cap. They have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different trials going on. So that's a lot. There's a lot of potential for revenue here. This other one is on phase 2, headed towards phase 3 in the first quarter of 2022. Should finish out phase 2 and head into phase 3. These preclinicals, each of them should have already read out. So I don't know. I guess research that. But then lead indication selection, 2021. And yeah, so we have these things all going on. There's more about the site here. Again, I can't give a price target because I don't know a whole lot about what they have going on. I could probably spend hours researching, and I don't know what all I would come up with. But to see that they are that large on market cap, that's also kind of scary because they're only at 90 cents a share. So companies get delisted if they stay under $1 for a certain amount of time. So that's something else to think about. And the only way to increase that is if there's good news and the stock price goes up, or if they do a reverse split, which makes multiple shares into one share, and you don't want to see that happen either. So that's the only ways to avoid being delisted if they stay under that $1 for a certain period of time. So that's kind of concerning. 9 meters. Okay, NOVN. They are NOVN on the stock market. Their year range is 434 to 25.90. The day range for Friday was 464 to 489. Okay, so they are near their 52-week low. And they have kind of, if you look at this, they just kind of worked their way down. I don't know. I don't trust this. Just looking at that chart, I don't trust it. But also, boring stocks are good stocks to get into because you want to buy whenever people are getting bored and getting out and whenever it's ugly. But there needs to be some kind of catalyst or something happening with the company to get people excited about getting in. Their market cap is $87.49 million. They have revenue, which is good, but their revenue is down 44%. Net income, they lost $6.48 million. Revenue, 747, 43% year over year. Net income, they lost $6.02 million for that quarter. March, okay, 819,000. So it kind of just gradually 1 million to 819,000 to 747,000 to 737,000. So it's just their revenue is just slowly bleeding down. Okay, let's go. Does their site exist? Okay, there. Good. Okay, our pipeline. Quarter 3, 2022, 2024, 2024. So you're not going to see a lot of things happen with this company coming up until the end of next year. I would not just leave my money in it and wait. I just wouldn't. I would rather have my money somewhere else. So I'm automatically going to say no on Novin, just because they do have revenue, which is good, but we're not going to see anything else happen, it looks like, until quarter 3, 2022. That's a long wait. You want to invest in them. I say to wait it out even further because they're probably going to drop down even lower from where they're at. Yeah. Okay, so I'm automatically just going to say hold off on them. Volume is decent. Not like super great, but it's decent. Again, you can make money on any stock if you play it right, and you can make money on any stock every single day if you play it right, but you have to play it right. So, yes, is there potential to make money there? Yes. Can they get back up to this 25.90? Absolutely, they can. But they need to have some kind of news, some kind of catalyst that pushes them up. Is this their rock bottom support? I don't believe so. It looks like it's still kind of trending down, just gradually. So I say no, but again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. You do what you feel is right. I cannot push the buy button for you, and I cannot push the sell button for you. So if you are going to get in, that is your choice. If you're going to avoid getting in, that's your choice. If you're going to sell, again, your choice. I can just tell you what I think about stocks. So this is just my opinion. Right now, I feel like they would probably going to fall off a little bit more off of this, maybe even quite a bit more off of this. So that's just my opinion, though. Let's go back here. Okay, so let me get back on here. All right, so hopefully that helps answer the question. This was a long video. Excuse me. If you have requests, I do sometimes read comments. I don't all the time because there's a lot of comments for a lot of different videos, and so I just don't. But if you have a request, you have something you want me to look at, email me, because I also don't see all the tweets. For some reason, Twitter doesn't give me every response on there. So email me. It's jer@stockvoyager.com, and I will try to, can't always, but I will try to get to your request and give my opinion on a stock or what's happening with the stock market or options or whatever it happens to be that you're asking. I can try to give you an opinion on that. Okay, that is all I have for this. I hope you have a wonderful, green, profitable day, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.